Hey everyone, I'm Dean Obidala, and welcome to tonight's Dean Obidala Show on SiriusXM Channel 127, Tuesday, May 4th. Let me just say at the outset, I'm starting a new weekly newsletter. So if you want one email a week, that's it. Some of the best clips from my show and links to my articles from MS, CNN, and others. Just drop me an email, dean@deanofradio.com. That's DEAN@deanofradio.com. I promise you no more than one email a week. That'll put them all together. So we are now just 2 days from the 4-month anniversary of January 6th, meaning the attack on our Capitol is still fresh. They're still prosecuting and arresting new people. Yet, the GOP, it's no longer a political party, but that white nationalist movement is still all about loyalty to the terrorists who incited an attack on our Capitol. And generally, we could say, who cares? But tragically, we have to care because there are only two major political parties in this country. Even though, again, the GOP is not a political party, it's a white nationalist movement. There's only two. They do have power. And right now, the GOP stands for loyalty to Trump and white nationalism. I know they're the same. I get it. But both are a clear and present danger to our nation. And we just saw in the last few days more and more of this demand for loyalty to terrorist Trump, the way you would see maybe Mussolini or other dictators in Hungary or Poland or Turkey. That's what's going on in this country right now. I mean, Mitt Romney, who was the former GOP nominee for president, and that was a U.S. senator, is in Utah, his state that elected him by over 70%. Republicans, 2,000 delegates booing him. Now, a few cheered, but overwhelmingly they booed him. They called him traitor, yelling traitor, and Romney doing his best, try to get the attention of the crowd by saying things like, I was a Republican. My dad was a Republican. His dad was the governor of Michigan, George Romney. And talking about he was the 2012 presidential nominee, Mitt Romney. And the crowd booed because they don't care. It's not about loyalty to the Republican Party. It's not about loyalty to the conservative principles. It's about a loyalty to a terrorist. It's about loyalty to a man who, no exaggeration, not hyperbolic at all, who incited a terrorist attack on January 6th. A man who called all his supporters to come there and told them, we're going to stop this deal and let's go down to the Capitol. I'm going to go with you. And they did. They did exactly what he wanted. He should be charged. But reality is the GOP knows all that. So they attack Mitt Romney. They boo him. They try to censor him. It just misses the censure vote. But in reality, he was booed, and that's where the party is. And then now the new attack is on Liz Cheney, a person who I don't agree with on anything. She agrees with me on one thing, that Donald Trump is a threat to this nation. And I'm happy she does. And in defense of Liz Cheney, I never thought I would say those words in my life, but in defense of Liz Cheney, she's been very clear since right after January 6th that Donald Trump should have no role in the GOP or American politics. She voted to impeach Donald Trump. She called him then a threat to our nation. She has reiterated that over and over at the risk of her standing as a third-ranking person in the GOP House caucus. You know, just yesterday, she was saying the 2020 presidential election was not stolen. Anyone who claims it was is spreading the big lie, turning their back on the rule of law, and poisoning our democratic system. Those are strong words. And of course, terrorist Trump responded, attacking her. Now today, Kevin McCarthy, the GOP minority leader in the House, is saying that she's going to be gone, essentially. I mean, it's really on a hot mic. They caught him in between his segments on Fox News saying he's had enough of her. Well, he's had enough because all Kevin McCarthy wants is to be House Speaker. So Kevin McCarthy has made a deal with the devil. He does not care about anything but power. And that's so much what the GOP is about. Sincerely, I ask you this. Name one policy the GOP is advocating that helps working class Americans. Name one. Nothing. It's all figurative red meat. It's all from Dr. Seuss to demonizing brown people to demonizing critical race theory, which is simply talking about systemic racism, to voter suppression, make it harder for black and brown people to vote, to making it illegal or criminalizing peaceful protests. And again, that's because of Black Lives Matter protests. When I say they're a white nationalist movement, I say that because those are the facts. You're denying reality if you don't see that. And you do that at your peril and don't. After January 6th, everything's changed in our nation, except for the GOP. They're still as loyal to a man who incited a terrorist attack on our Capitol. Again, if we had 5 political parties, 6 political parties, it wouldn't matter. We have 2 major ones. One, the Democratic Party has embraced democracy. The GOP has embraced white nationalism, authoritarianism, and fascism. These are the stakes. The fight continues, and we need everybody on board. So I say every night on my show, if you want progress, stay active. So my show is live 6 to 9 p.m. on SiriusXM channel 127. If you don't subscribe to SiriusXM, go to the website. There are free trials. Check it out. Click on it. Get a free trial. And better yet, join the conversation. Be a part of our show. Be a part of our family. We've got a lot of work to do. Thanks for tuning in.